John Boehner had some interesting comments last night. He actually didn't abbreviate what he said. He was a little bit more expressive. He allowed his inner Trump to come out. You know, I will say this. If you're wondering who actually has stood up to Washington, I think John Boehner has made it crystal clear. John Boehner, in his remarks, described Donald Trump as his texting and golfing buddy. So if you want someone that's a texting and golfing buddy, if you're happy with John Boehner as Speaker of the House and you want a president like John Boehner, Donald Trump's your man. And by the way, Donald Trump gave John Boehner's super PAC $100,000 just a few years ago. Donald Trump has been funding John Boehner, and he's also been funding Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid. If you like what John Boehner, Nancy Pelosi, and Harry Reid have done, Donald Trump is your guy. But let me reveal a little bit of how Washington operates. You know, Boehner's comments, he said something like, he's the worst SOB I've ever worked with, something like that.
Lucifer in the flesh.
Well, there was that too. But the interesting thing is, he said that I've ever worked with. I've never worked with John Boehner. Truth of the matter is, I don't know the man. I've met John Boehner 2 or 3 times in my life. If I have said 50 words in my life to John Boehner, I'd be surprised, and every one of them has consisted of pleasantries. Good to see you, Mr. Speaker. I've never had any substantive conversation with John Boehner in any respect. And indeed, this is something that's not publicly known. During the government shutdown, I reached out to John Boehner, and I offered for Mike and Lee and me to come over and work with the Speaker. Can we resolve this and actually get something meaningful done to stop the disaster that is Obamacare? John Boehner's response was, I have no interest in talking to you. What possibly could be accomplished by having a conversation? No, I will not meet. So when he says that I'm the worst guy he's ever worked with, he's never worked with me.